What's up, everyone? Welcome to popculture.com's group chat, where we talk about all the reality TV news of the week that we care about and that you really need to know. I'm Anna Rumor.
I'm Jose Bastidas.
And I'm Jameson Brown.
Okay, guys, we have a great show for you. Like this week, we have a great show. Every week we have a great show. This week's show is even better. So we're going to head to the Dancing with the Stars ballroom to talk about the devastating elimination and whether the voting system altogether needs to be kind of overhauled. We're going to jump into 90 Day Fiance to talk about the wrap up of The Other Way and the new season with these crazy new couples. We've got Kim Kardashian's birthday, which came with a very surprising gift. And we're going to talk about Netflix possibly cracking down on us all sharing each other's password, which means I am going to owe my parents a lot of money. So let's dive in with Dancing with the Stars. Really odd kind of elimination this week where it was Allie Brooke and Sailor Brinkley-Cook up against each other in the bottom two, despite the fact that they were doing pretty well. And unfortunately, the judges did decide to send Sailor home. And I know, Jose, that you were crying just as much as she was.
Yeah, like let's revisit the end of the episode where, you know, you have two of the best dancers of the season. I mean, you know, Sailor has done so much improvement since she was, you know, bamboozled into being on the show. Yes, I did just say bamboozled. And I was shocked. I was devastated. My response to this is, how dare you, America? How dare you, viewers? I was really upset. And now she was crying. I was crying.
She was crying a lot.
She was crying a lot.
Hard.
Like weeping.
They were trying to end the show, you know, with their usual happiness and the band playing, but they couldn't because she was just crying. And it was just the darkness. It was hard
descended
to watch. Upon Dancing with the Stars, and it was upsetting. But
listen, I'm Team Kate Flannery all the way. But I did feel bad for Sailor when she was like weeping openly on live television. It was an emotional moment. And I know she's come out and Val has come out afterwards and said that they really didn't think that they deserved to be going home. And I agree with them there too.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I don't know what's going on with the voting this season. I know that voting has always been an issue on the show, but I really can't believe that Allie Brooke, she has had some of the highest scores. I think she's had the highest scores this season, right? At least in the last two dances. So do those scores,
dancer.
Yeah, do those scores just don't count? Like, why was she in the bottom two?
That's what my big question is now, is like some of these scores don't even seem to be counting really anymore.
Yeah.
So what it's supposed to be is it's supposed to be a combination of the judges' scores and the America's vote. This year, they switched it up after Bobby Bones won, and everyone was really mad because he was getting consistently lower scores and just had a really big fan base out there. So they switched up the voting this season. It's a live vote, so that cuts out pretty much the whatever time zones next to the West Coast and the West Coast, unless they're just blindly guessing because they don't get to see it. And it is really just that 2 hours that you can vote. So that definitely changes the voting dynamic. I can't really tell how, but I know that those two time zones are cut out and a lot of people are asking for votes on Instagram. So it might be more of a popularity contest that way. And now the judges are simply choosing which of the bottom two that they want to send home, which is tough whenever you have Allie and Sailor because they're both really good.
Yeah.
So I guess I agree with the judges sending Sailor home out of that too.
Sure.
But the fact that they're in the bottom two, that's up to the nationwide vote. And it looks like what they did to change that vote to put safeguards in place for another kind of Bobby Bones situation is not working. And I know a lot of fans are really frustrated. I'm kind of frustrated, which is strange because it's a dancing show about celebrities. But I'm getting kind of frustrated watching the people who are the best get sent home.
Yeah. No, it's very frustrating for sure to see all of these great people. You know, they work their hardest and they seem like they're really having fun, and you see their progress coming and like how good they're doing, and then they, disappointment, and maybe that's life, but I don't care. That's not the lesson I want to learn when I'm watching Dancing with the Stars. I just want to watch pretty people dance and be happy. So, whatever.
Well, I mean, my ideal fix for this, and I don't know if this would work or if this would disenfranchise people from watching or how important the voting is. I'm not sure. But I think that they should really go like 75%, 25%. So 75% of who gets sent home is based on their scores, and then 25% is based on America's vote, because it's fun to weigh in and stuff like that. But when people have, like Donald Trump told people to vote for Sean Spicer. That's a huge platform. So, that's drawing people out to vote for people who maybe don't even watch.
Yeah, that's like a massive fan push. Huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's not fair based on dancing, but I guess it all comes down to what the point of Dancing with the Stars is.
Should they just cut the fan piece of it totally, or is that too much?
Especially since it's a live vote. It's like you only get to such a small group of people. Like nobody watches live TV anymore. Like it's like I watch it on my DVR, so I didn't get to vote for Sailor.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But that's like 90% of the fun for the people who watch it and who are really diehard fans is voting. You feel like you're involved with their journey. You get to save people that you think maybe had a bad week, but they deserve to go on. So I think that's really part of the show's charm. I don't think they should lose it altogether, but they definitely need to maybe rework the ratios and then mention it once at the beginning and then be like,
yeah, or maybe I don't know.
Not bring it up again.
Or maybe I don't know. America, just make better choices. Maybe just watch the show and watch the dancing. I don't know. If it's a popularity contest, sure, whatever. But I don't know. Vote with your heart.
I think asking Americans to make better choices is way harder than just asking the 5 people in charge of Dancing with the Stars to shift the voting.
You're right. Ugh, whatever. I'm just upset. Sailor's crying will forever be implanted into my brain.
Yeah, that was intense.
But not to hop on the conspiracy theory about Sailor and Christy Brinkley and all that, but it's kind of like a perfect ending to that storyline. Sailor crying heartbrokenly after being eliminated too early, after all that stuff that happened with her mom and all of that. That's TV gold, y'all.
See, I thought that was very anticlimactic because it was so dramatic, and then she just got bumped off like really early on. I thought she should have at least made it to the final 4.
Yeah, but I think that people will remember her crying. People will remember Sailor's crying, and I don't know. Who knows what may come of that?
Sailor's crying will be gone from my mind after we record this podcast.
Anna, do you still think the broken arm was a conspiracy?
I do. I stand by that.
I do too. I'm with you here.
The X-rays.
X-rays, quote unquote.
Whatever.
It just seems really convenient. And I think that when things seem a little too easy in Hollywood, we just have to be a little bit skeptical. I'm not trying to be hurting anyone's feelings or Christy Brinkley. I'm sorry if your arm is broken, but I think that we would all be healthy to take a dose of skepticism into our media viewing life. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, as I was watching her cry, I will continue talking about the crying. The thought did pass my mind, is this her A Star is Born moment? Is this when we all go toward Sailor? And I know not Anna. Anna doesn't care about Sailor Brinkley-Cook, whatever.
Sorry.
But
I care about her as a person. I just don't.
But I don't know. Maybe, this is not the last we'll see of Sailor Brinkley-Cook, thanks to this moment. I believe it. So,
I'm sure we won't. She's got a ton of Instagram followers and a really famous mom. So good for her. Silver spoon, not gonna go downhill after this. Everyone on the show is going to be fine. I think that's a really big thing to focus on.
Yeah.
People who are not going to be fine, meanwhile, are the 90 Day Fiance people.
Oh, God.
Who, it's such a interesting slice of humanity. It's both really relatable and not relatable at all, which is why when we wrapped up The Other Way, which is the spinoff of 90 Day Fiance, that the people from the US go to the other country to live. Does that sound like Before the 90 Days? Kind of. It's different. There's a bunch of spinoffs. So that one just wrapped up this Monday and had its tell-all where they kind of reboot or not reboot, draw everyone together and say, what happened? Are you still together? What's going on? And then there's even more updates since then. So I'm just going to wrap up really quickly what happened to those couples. And then we can dive into the new couples because the old couples are the old couples and their drama is old. So we, so in the other way, we learned that Jihoon and Daewon are good and they are filming in New York at the time, but then we're going to move back to South Korea. That's great. She did suffer a miscarriage recently, which is really devastating for them, but their relationship seems to be good. Laura and Aladdin, shocker, shocker, they're done. They said that they were having some marital problems on the reunion, but then just the other day she came out on Instagram and was saying that their marriage was over. But of course it has been. They've been doing nothing but talking smack on one another since the season started. Tiffany and Ronald are still married, but they are separated because she moved to the US and he's still in South Africa. I understand why she moved to the US because when she got pregnant and toured a South African hospital and they told her that she had to be in and out in like 8 hours, I was also on board with her going back to the US to have her kid. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Submit and Jenny, who are the star-crossed lovers that I didn't think I was going to be rooting for, but now kind of am. I don't know. Conflicted feelings. Submit is getting a divorce from his wife, which was the problem with him and Jenny being together. And he says that they're going to be together and she's going to move back to India. But I don't trust him because he didn't say that he was married in the first place. So
yeah, it's a big one.
Who knows? Right? That's a big one. It's pretty much the biggest one that you
The
could
biggest
do.
one, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I'm still rooting for him because Jenny is like a pure angel from heaven. She is so sweet and I feel so bad for her just getting repeatedly tricked or just, I don't know what he's trying to do, honestly. Paul and Karini are still together despite the fact that they do not speak the same language and have been on 75 seasons of the show. And I want 75 more. I love them. I want Paul to run away from things more because he just runs and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then the last one, Corey and Evelyn, they said on the show, but they were still engaged, but she wasn't wearing her ring and had a very devious pause before she said that they were still fiancés. And then based on Instagram and all the smack they've been talking on each other, they are no longer together, which I think is healthy for everyone except their bar down in Ecuador.
Sad. You know, I don't know these people, but thoughts and prayers.
That's why I did that quick, so we can dive into the new couples who you have been following as much as you can follow these people.
Yes.
New season of 90 Day Fiance is coming out soon. There's a ton of couples. We don't really know them yet. We've just gotten the trailer and a couple teasers. I wanted to know if any of the couples stood out to you guys.
I mean, so ever since you made me watch the trailer so that I could have something to say, I was very intrigued. I do like the model guy that I don't know anyone's name, but he's the one that is in New York, and he's engaged to this woman from Connecticut, and their main drama in the trailer is that he won't sign a prenup because obviously he's not.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like, so I was intrigued by that one. Also, the new couple that also they don't speak the same language, and she's like, "How do you feel about being here?" And he's just like, "I want to kiss you."
That was mine. Was the one where he just says, "I want to kiss you." I lost it. I mean,
this is like 90 Day Fiance is the darkest comedy on television.
It really is.
I can't.
Okay, so the one you're talking about is Marcel and Anna. He's from Turkey, and he comes over. And I don't understand how, maybe this is a failing of my own, but I don't understand how people fall in love when they clearly don't speak any of the same language because they are talking on their iPhone via a communicator, and that can't lead to good conversation.
Yeah, Anna, they're not in love. Like, I would think that out of everyone, you would be the one to be cynical about this. Like, really?
I believe that they're in love. I just don't think it's going to work out.
I don't think they're in love. I just think he wants to move here, which, like, I get it.
Wow, that is problematic.
It's true. What?
We don't know him yet, so I'm not going to guess his intentions. The person who I am guessing their intentions is Michael and Juliana. She is a very young, she was born in 1996, and I'm bad at math.
Oh, is this the Brazilian?
I was
Yes.
shook when they said, like, that's your birth year. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
So prefacing, he's an older man. He's from the US, and he has flown his Brazilian wife to the United States, or to-be wife.
Oh, yeah.
And no, they're almost married. They'll be married in 90 days. And the fact that when she was doing her visa interview, they had to seriously question her if she's a prostitute is troublesome for a
darkness
relationship.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not a pimp. I was like, what am I watching?
It's a 3-minute trailer, and the times that he brings up that he is not creepy makes him creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, sir,
seem
methinks
shady.
thou dost protest too much. Like, we've also got, I mean, there's a ton of them, but the ones that just stood out to me, we've got Robert and Annie. She's from the Dominican Republic, and he proposed to her 8 hours after they met in person, and then spends the rest of a trailer yelling at her. And that seems like she should go back there because he sounds like a douche.
Oof.
Yeah. Seems like they shouldn't be together after just 8 hours.
I agree. That's oddly enough not even the shortest engagement in 90 Day Fiance history. That's like conservative in these people's realm.
Oh, do you know by any chance the fastest one?
Oh gosh, not off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's ones within hours of meeting each other, like just one or two. I am also very excited for Emily and Sasha. She moved to Russia to teach English. He was her personal trainer. And now they're pregnant. But he has been married twice before, and we get to meet the ex-wife, and she looks just like Emily.
Yeah.
Oh.
And her hand was on his hand, if I remember right from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This
is going to be dramatic, right? At first, whenever they came on the screen, I go, wait, which one is which? And then I just need to know if the third wife looked like her too, because I don't know why I need to know that. I do.
Show us the third wife, please.
Show us the third wife.
Yeah, I did like that one too, because it was like whenever she was introducing him, she was like, "Yeah, he also got 2 other people pregnant, but we're going to stay together." And it's like, we are going to last. And I was like, okay, girl, sure.
That's what all these people say. These people go on camera and say blank-faced the worst things ever, like the biggest red flags in a relationship ever, and then say, I can't wait for the rest of our lives together. And everyone just watching from home is like, are you kidding me? You just said that he's got a secret wife, you don't speak the same language, and he's a gambling addict. Like, that's a conflation of several couples, but that's just one season. So I'm not drawing too far out of the box.
Yeah, it's very dark, but now that you made me watch the trailer, now I'm intrigued, so I'm probably gonna watch it. So thank you, Anna.
Thank God.
I hate you.
Thank God. Thank God. It's so good. It's so much TV. Please join me so that I can have someone to talk to.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's hilarious at sometimes, but then I feel so guilty when I'm when I'm laughing. It's like the darkness is real.
You really have to put aside your morals to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awful.
Oh wow.
It's true. It's true. So let's take a break from our morals and this podcast for a second to hear a word from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian's big birthday surprise, because she's a big girl now, and dive into the Netflix controversy, which has us all reaching for Hulu. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see when we get back. All right, we are back, and Kim Kardashian's 39, everyone. I know that shakes your worldview as it does mine. Feelings on Kim K's 39th year on this earth.
You made it. Good job. I mean, it's a birthday. What else should we say?
Dang.
I will say that one of my earliest memories of Kim is an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where she was just like freaking out because she was turning 30. And, I feel like I'm just going to reenact that whole episode whenever I turn 30. But yeah, I mean, like 39 isn't it just kind of like turning 19? It's just like boring. There's nothing, she's not going to freak out about turning 39, but 40, hit me
39
up.
is probably like fairly nerve wracking because
Yeah.
then you got 1 year till the big 4-0.
Hit me up when you're 40, Kim.
I was just thinking that every birthday is a big deal when you're a bajillionaire and can make it super fun. She's already had like 3 parties. She had one with her friends. She had one with her mom because her mom had to go to J-Law's wedding to cook Maroni, LOL. And so this one was especially big though because Kanye gave Kim a really sweet present. I'm not, there's conflicting feelings about Kanye, especially in his relationship with Kim. I think we've discussed that before.
Yeah.
But his present to her this year was pretty dope. He donated $1 million to criminal justice reform organizations because we all know Kim is super into that and has been doing a lot of advocacy work. And that's what inspired her to study to be a lawyer and take the bar. So I don't know. I thought that was a cool move on their part. And when you're super rich, like, what do you actually need? You should probably just donate money anyways.
Yeah, seriously. Like, what's $1 million for the Kardashians? So it's nice that at least they're putting some of that for good things. And I do love that side of Kim's brand and personality, just like her trying to become a lawyer, like saving people.
Part
all
of her
that
brand.
stuff.
That is so bleak.
It's true. Oh my god! But like, something can be part of your brand, and it can also be a good thing. Like,
Throw me down a
you're
hole.
you're seeing it as something bleak, and maybe you should check yourself for that. Talk to your therapist about that.
I'm just saying branding of people is bleak, not Kim Kardashian's brand is bleak.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, the
Gosh, put a
internet is
copyright
whatever.
signal up there. Yeah.
Trademark Rise and Shine, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Kylie has filed to trademark Rise and Shine.
I know, and I said it first. You're welcome, Kylie.
Oh my gosh. Well, now you owe her $7.
Whatever. No, I said trademark, not whatever. I don't care. I don't know her anything.
I know. Honestly, I was really shocked a second ago when I realized I don't know the difference between trademark and copyright, or if there is a difference. So
Oops.
that's a blind spot for me.
It's okay.
But people are definitely dragging her for trying to copyright that or trademark it, whichever one. And
I think it's
and
she's trying to copyright it.
copyright it.
Yep.
Okay. I find that very funny because it makes the joke not funny anymore. No one's making Rise and Shine jokes anymore because once
Yeah, we're all
you
mad.
bring it into business, it's not funny anymore.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sucks the joy out of it.
I mean, did I
It does.
consider getting the Rise and Shine hoodie? Sure.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't. So whatever.
Jose texted me that he was going to buy a $60 Kylie Jenner.
I did
hoodie
not
that
say
said
I was going
Rise
to
and
buy it.
Shine.
I said literally what I just said. Did I look at it? Did I buy it?
I
No.
said, no, do not do that. Like, he luckily did not,
Defamation.
because
She
that's
had no
insane.
take in my decision. She is
It was
lying.
considered.
You owe
It
me
was
$7. Oh my
Good, you can
God.
buy it you can use it to buy your next Rise and Shine piece of merch.
No, but one of the things that I liked about talking about Kim K and surprisingly Kylie is that Anna gave me the best opportunity to do my Keeping Up with the Kardashians rant of the week. So yay, we get to talk about that some
yay.
more.
Jose's the only person watching that show anymore. I just have to say,
Whatever.
it's just him.
Anna's watching it too.
I
She just
dropped off.
refuses to admit it.
No, I dropped off. I can't anymore.
Yeah, so this week's episode, it had a bunch of stuff. It was like Psalm West's birth and Kim and Kanye starting to do, I guess, the beginnings of a vow renewal ceremony. The show is a sitcom, you guys. And a whole bunch of other stuff. But all of these huge moments for the Kardashians were B-plots to a girls' trip where for some reason Chloe's friend Larsa Pippen was the star of the episode. It was very strange because before that we had only seen her like maybe for 2 seconds, in our lives. But, Larsa got her time to shine, and I have a theory about it, of course.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, Jesus. I believe that, remember how Larsa was the one that was always talking to the press during Khloe Kardashian, Tristan Thompson, Jordan Woods scandal, TBT.
Yeah, she would not be quiet.
Yeah, Larsa was like talking to people, talking to Us Weekly, talking to everyone. It's like we all knew who Larsa Pippen was for some reason. And I think that there was a moment, House of Cards E edition. Kris Jenner just like sat her down and was like, girl, you have to shut up. And for your silence, I will give you an A plot on our reality show. And here you go. We have it. Drama in Turks and Caicos with like 2 random people. One of them was Larsa Pippen.
See, I would totally buy that if I thought that the way that Kris Jenner negotiated people wasn't, I will end you. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I think Larsa's just thirsty. So when they went on this trip, she just was acting up and everyone else was fine. I mean, they don't do anything ever. So when someone does something, they get an A plot,
Yeah.
True.
Good
You're
point.
right. You're right. But I remain committed to my theory. So whatever. That's what we do in group chat. Even when we're wrong, as long as we say it with conviction, we're right.
That's how I've lived my entire life. Okay, let's move away from the Kardashians and let's move on to our favorite streaming service. I don't know, it's not my favorite, but Netflix is allegedly sorry, Netflix.
There it is.
Shade from the start. Sorry.
Well, here's why. So they are allegedly starting to crack down on password sharing. They don't have a timeline for it yet, but they brought it up at a recent tech thing. I wasn't invited. That they are starting to monitor the password sharing. And that means that we're all going to have to get our own profiles
how dare
something.
You? How dare you, Netflix?
I know.
So what exactly does that mean? Are they gonna like stop doing the user thing? Because if so, I'm gonna be very devastated because I have my own user in my sister's account. So
they have not said yet. They just said that they're monitoring it and working towards a solution because Netflix's profits, not to get too much into money because boring, but their profits have not been great, and I think that's because everyone has the same profile and we're all just taking turns on it. And I am personally devastated because I got rid of Netflix, vowing to never watch it again. And then Stranger Things came out and now I use my parents and I'm not going to get it again just for Stranger Things. I'm not.
Yeah. I think that, families should be able to use their Netflix, like to share a Netflix account. That's just like life, right? Maybe don't give it to your random friend that you talk to every once in a while, but like really you're not going to get to use your parents' Netflix? That's stupid.
I wonder if they're going to completely eliminate those options. Like if you've got the like 1 user, 2 user, 3 user, 4 user within that you can use, or if they're going to make it to where it's for per email it's only one person no matter what. If they do that, that's going to be,
I think
people are going to be ticked.
I think that's not how Netflix is going to win the upcoming war of streaming. That's not it. Making us all mad is not it.
Yeah, that's a big one. If they did that, there'd be a lot of backlash.
Although there is a really fun game you can play. I've done this once before, and it was a blast. Change your Netflix password unexpectedly and wait to see who texts you about it. Because I swear to God, there are so many people using your profile that you do not know about.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Gabby, if you're listening to this, don't do that.
Gabby, if you're listening to this, do that. That's so funny.
Oh my God. I was just going to refuse to give me the new password. It's going to be upsetting. No, Netflix needs, rather than, bullying the people that are already actively watching and supporting and, putting on their Instagram story all the love that they have for all the Netflix shows, maybe,
you.
Yeah, maybe that's just me, but whatever. Maybe don't cancel everything. that we love.
Yeah, they do. Okay,
Maybe
I've got to
don't do
agree with
that.
Jose here.
Yeah.
They cancel stuff left
maybe
and right.
maybe let us like be loyal by keeping the shows that we like on.
I honestly don't even watch Netflix original series because I know that they're gonna get canceled in 2 seasons, and I don't want to get attached to it.
So maybe rethink that strategy. Maybe renew Selling Sunset. I will say that. That's the reality TV plug to this topic.
Oh gosh,
I need it.
Also the only person who watches that show.
Whatever. Heather Ray Young is dating Tarek El Moussa. She's doing the work she has to do. Bring him into the show. He builds houses, right? That's what he does. Flip or flop.
Who knows? I think he flips it, not flops it. So I think.
Well, he can flip it, and then she can sell it. Do a reboot. I don't care. Just do better, Netflix. Don't make us hate you, because there is a bunch of other streaming services coming into the fold very soon. So
just saying, I can watch Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off or Bake-Off or whatever it is on Disney Plus soon. So Netflix, I'm not going to need you.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the tea. Okay, let's move on to our pop culture picks of the week, because we could talk about things that we like on Netflix forever. In fact, I think that's just society now. So my pop culture pick of the week, I will go first because I am hyped. It just happened today, which is Thursday. So if you're listening Friday, you've already listened to it a million times, I'm sure. Kesha just came out with her new single, Raising Hell, from her new album that's coming up, High Road, and it is a bop. It's amazing. It's old Kesha, so we're back to kind of the party tune, but we've got the soul of new Kesha. The video's awesome. It features her as a televangelist who kills her abusive husband and then goes on the run. It is awesome. I've listened to it so many times today. It's already stuck in my head, and I am looking forward to listening to it for the rest of my life, because I don't get new music ever.
Anna, I love this side of you, praising a pop queen. Makes me happy.
Oh, I am a Katy cat through and through. I am here for a pop queen. So, so her and Kesha putting out new music is the highlight of my week, which is sad. Continue with you guys.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
That was a train of thought thing there.
I can't. Jameson, what is your pop culture pick of the week?
Okay, so mine, in the spirit of streaming, it's a little dated, but is the rollout of Disney Plus and everything that they are going to have. So it's, talking about streaming networks that are going to crush. I mean, they are literally going to have every single thing that Disney has made, from television to the movies. And like, when I say the movies, I mean things back from like the 40s. So, and I can't believe they did this, but they tweeted every single one of them, and it was nuts. So that alone is a pick of its own, because the poor person who had to, do that and set all of those up, that's impressive. But the options that they have, it's insane. So super pumped about that.
Yes.
Is there a big
Disney
one that
Plus's, give Disney Plus's Twitter intern a raise.
Yes. Yeah. Well done.
Is there one in particular that you're looking forward to having streaming?
Oh, movie-wise?
Yeah.
The Sword in the Stone. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite.
That was good.
Yes, that's my favorite Disney movie. It's old school. I've loved it since I was a kid. And I've always had the problem of never being able to freaking find it.
Yeah.
Because no one has it anywhere, but now they will. So it's probably persuading my decision there, but yeah.
I'm excited for all the Disney Channel original content that they're gonna have, all of the movies that we grew up with. It's like that's gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
I'm super excited for it too. I'm definitely gonna add on to like my 50 streaming services whenever it comes out, because they made it impossible.
Yeah.
What about you, Jose?
My pop culture pick of the week is actually a two-parter and also involves a pop queen. Like, why are our minds so entwined, yet we're so different? So the first one is Selena Gomez. Obviously, she has had quite a year.
Yes.
So seeing her come back with some new music, and it's one of them is like the empowering anthem. And then she also has a dance tune. So, she's showing her range. Good job, Selena. And the second part of it is just like the darkness of the internet as usual. Hailey Baldwin, you know, I just picture Hailey Baldwin. She was just like chilling at her house, listening to music, and she stumbled upon this song by Summer Walker. It's called I'll Kill You, and it's about how like this woman is saying to another woman that she'll kill her if she gets in between her relationship. And she just posted a screenshot of it literally like 10 minutes after Selena released her song that was kind of like hinting at Justin Bieber's and like their past together. So I just love that scandal, like how everyone was like, Hailey responds to Selena and blah, blah, blah.
The internet's
and like,
all over that.
Did she do it? Maybe, but also she could have just been. I mean, I post screenshots of the songs I'm listening to all the time, but so like I guess that's why I think it was just an accident. But maybe it was petty. I don't know.
She's like the petty queen, so I think it was petty. But I do think it's funny that everyone's had to respond to it.
Instagram is a plague, but we will never stop using it. So you know, keep doing your screenshots, y'all. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, just keep subtweeting people because we're not all adults, and that's not pathetic at this point. I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay.
I don't think it was a subtweet, so whatever.
Sub Instagram, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. With that hot, spicy take, do not forget to follow popculture.com. We've got all your up-to-date news. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Anna Rumor.
I'm at J.A. Bastidas.
And I'm at Jameson G. Brown.
Okay, and if you want to toss on a review or a rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast, we would be very much appreciated if you wanted to give us 5 stars, because that's kind. And doesn't the world need a little more kindness? I thought so. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. All right, guys. See you next week.